Hey everyone, it's me, Sunshine143, and today I will be doing a henna application. If you are thinking about doing a henna application, curious, I would definitely recommend, taking what I say in this video, obviously, about my experience, that's why I'm making it, but also look up other YouTubers who have used it over a continued basis. So, Splinter, aka Nikki, a fellow Jamaican, she has definitely used henna over a number of, she's documented her usage of henna over a period of time. So she's a good person to look at if you're thinking about, what henna actually does. This is only a one-time full application for me. I have used henna in the past, but never a full application. By that I mean, I think 2 or 3 times in the past 8 months, I might have added 2 tablespoons of henna to a conditioner. I would obviously separate it from the entire bottle or jar of conditioner in a separate container, mix up, the conditioner with 2 tablespoons of henna, and then just apply it to my hair, leave it on for an hour, wash it out. And I did notice some differences. Funny enough, I actually noticed a slight, very, very mild color deposit, but I was really surprised. I had used Jamila henna. For those of you who are familiar with henna, Jamila henna is supposed to be a really good brand. And so I was surprised because, I didn't mix it with water. It was just 2 tablespoons of henna and conditioner. In fact, I used something like this. So like the cheap, lustrous silk, or, there are variations of this kind. If you go to the beauty supply store, what I'm talking about. There's Queen Helene, Lustra. There's another Lustra something. I can't remember it right now. But there are variations of this that tend to run anywhere between this one is $2, $2 to, $4. They're pretty inexpensive. And I did notice, but I'm lazy, so I don't do it on a monthly basis at all. But I decided I'm going to do a full henna treatment, meaning I only used henna and water. In fact, I soaked a green tea bag in the water because I heard that's supposed to help with the color deposit. Because I'm actually going for a color deposit this time. I wasn't interested in it before, but I am curious to see what happens now. So I kind of doing this for you, but I'm also doing it for me because I want to see, especially on video, if there are any differences. I'm going to take pictures as well, but so this is sort of my before. So again, this is for you guys, but it's also for me. So this is my hair. This is how it looks. Okay, sorry if it's boring you, but it'll really help me to figure out how well the henna deposited on my hair. So that's it. I'll take pictures as well. Alright, so this is the henna. Again, I mixed henna with water. I used about 150 grams, anywhere between 150 to 200 grams of henna. 100 of those grams was Jamila, but I didn't think it would be enough, so I used another product. I'll put it on the screen. I can't remember it. It's a long name, so I'll put it on the screen for you. And I added about 50 grams of that particular brand. And again, I soaked a tea bag, a green tea bag, in some hot water for a couple of minutes, and I added the water to the henna and mixed. So this is how it looks for those of you who've never seen it. Again, there are many tutorials on henna online. So that's how it looks. It might look greenish to you. It actually is a rich brown. Maybe if I zoom, yeah, it's a rich brown actually. And the consistency when you are mixing it, you want it to be, you sort of want to stop adding water or add more henna when the consistency is about pancake batter. or cake mix. Cake mix is probably better. You want it to be thick but applicable. So what I'm gonna do, sorry for getting out of focus. I'm actually holding the camera with my hand. Sorry about that. You want to add oil. You don't have to. You definitely don't have to. Some people will even add conditioner as well. I'm going to add a little bit of oil, and this is amla oil. And amla tends to, again, it's another Ayurvedic or Indian herbal treatment, tends to darken the hair, but given the fact that this is as much henna as I've used and was mixed with water, I don't think a little bit of oil is going to cancel out the effects. So I'm not worried. So I'll continue to mix it off camera since I'm shaking all over the place. And that's pretty much it. So I'm going to apply this to my hair. And I don't know if it'll be enough. If it isn't, I will mention that it wasn't enough. But yeah. So okay. Alright, so I'm ready to apply the henna. Just a few tips. You're going to want to use gloves, and if you have rugs in your bathroom, you might want to remove them. Henna can be a bit messy. I would definitely say it's worth it to take your time applying it so you're not, you know, flinging things all over the place. And so I remove any rugs, especially if they're light colored, but actually any color, because sometimes henna can stain, which is, you know, how it's able to deposit color on your hair, so remove it. I also have some paper, not a lot. I took a Whole Foods paper bag and ripped it in half, and I just have it, you know, sort of covering any items in my bathroom. So if you take your time, it shouldn't be too messy, I'm hoping. So I've divided my hair into I believe six or seven sections, and I'm going to apply the henna to each section. So you don't want to take too much in one hand, because it can take a little time to smooth. And you know, some people will wash their hair before applying henna. And there's nothing wrong with that. Some people find that it helps the application process to be easier. Some people say that the hair can be wet. Some people will say that you want it to at least be freshly washed, but it should be dry. There are a variety of things. The great thing about henna, it's not, you know, a chemical in the way that, say, a relaxer is. So, you know, some of the things you have to keep in mind if you're applying, let's say, a color, for example, or a harsh chemical such as a relaxer, you don't have to actually keep in mind with something like henna or the other Ayurvedic treatments. So I really want this part, this sectioning right here, I want to see the color deposit. I took a pretty good photograph of it, so I want to be able to measure the extent of the color deposit capabilities by how and to what extent this is affected. Because just like with real color, you know, different parts of your hair will be influenced in different ways. So once you're finished with it, again, you can see it doesn't take a lot of time. You're finished, you take it and clip it right up and repeat. When applying henna also, and this should kind of be obvious, but you want to use an old towel, you know, not a towel that's a part of a set that you really like. And you know, I have like a hair washing towel that I use solely for the purpose of washing my hair. And you want to wear clothes, you know, house clothes, I guess, clothes you don't really mind getting a little dirty. You know, clothes that if they were stained, you'd be okay. I mean, you know, I'm looking at my sink right now and there are definitely splashes of henna, but you know, you can definitely get henna off of surfaces, but fabrics is not quite the same. So you definitely want to wear clothes that you don't mind getting a little dirty. So just as a tip, when you're applying henna, especially when you are really focused on the strengthening properties of it, I would recommend make sure you get the ends. If you find that you're running low on the product, or maybe you just knew that you didn't have enough product to begin with, I would definitely recommend focusing on the ends, because as we all know, the ends are the oldest and therefore the weakest part of our hair. So you want to make sure that the ends are covered. Sometimes I just, out of habit, start with the ends. Also, again, as a tip, when you're applying henna, even if unless you have really small sections, you definitely want to split the sections you have and go in between to apply the product, because then you only have the products really applied to the surface of the hair. So when you're all done with the henna, what I'm going to do now, in order for my shower cap, my conditioning cap, I guess you could say, to fit nice and neatly, this is something I rarely do, but I'm going to take the sections down and you want to, like, when you do take the sections, you might notice I'm doing it really slowly and like holding the hair, because the hair is really heavy now, and the hair will just sort of flop out and then it'll make a mess. So so I take all the sections out and kind of scoop it together. I'll just add some little spaces that I see. I still have not much, a little left over. I don't think I would have been fine with 100 grams with my length of hair. If you have a TWA, 100 grams should be fine. I'm bra strap length, so I didn't think that would work. So after that, you take your conditioning cap, and then what I'm going to do now is take my gloves off. So that when I apply my second conditioning cap, I won't get henna all over it. And I will go under the dryer for about an hour, maybe a little longer, and that usually speeds up the color deposit process. So I'll come back to you when I'm through. See you then.